I know nobody's got anything better to do. Hello, everyone. I had a question from a viewer. I don't know if it was facetious or if they really meant to ask the question. So, hey, Lady Blind Wolf, how are you, darling? You doing good tonight? No, somehow or another, I just went off. Well, that's good. Got some alcohol. Is that what you said? Fox is sour as hell. Oh, oh. Well, there's not much else to do when you're keeping yourself in quarantine. I don't know. Just got bored. Thought I'd come on here and talk to you guys. But I do have a point to make. It was my idea. Well, I'm glad to see you're doing okay, sweetheart. Cleaning. Yeah, that's all I've been doing. Cleaning, making candles, doing laundry, staying in the house. Well, you can make up your own sigil. I'll just say that. I'll just put it out there. Just draw your own. I don't know which pantheon you follow, but I usually do Hecate's. Or this time of year, a lot of times I work with Bridget. Yeah. Well, and everybody needs to learn their own style of doing it. You make up your own sigils, do whatever you want to do. Oh, you don't? What do you follow? The universe or I mean, you don't have a goddess or a god? I mean, it's fine if you don't, but that's no big deal. But oh, okay. Yeah. Who is your spirit animal? Okay. The wolf. Hence your name, Blind Wolf. I know I love wolves too. Well, I'll get into the whole reason I came on here right quick, get it over with, and then we can chat. Um, I had someone ask me if there was really such a thing as vampires. Now, I don't know if they were just being facetious. There's no such thing as vampires as you see them in the movies. Okay. Um, no, they do not come up back out of the grave and suck people's blood. That's not how it works. Um, there is a condition. I'm not going to call it a disease. It's a condition called porphyria. Okay. Now, that is the absence of iron in your body, which iron is essential to carry oxygen to your brain cells, to the rest of your body, so your blood can circulate and you function well. I'll just put it that way. Now, when that protein is missing, iron, that element, then you crave the iron in blood, or so be it. Whatever they want to blame it on. But you have cells in your body called porphyrins. Okay, so those are what bonds iron and carries it to the rest of your body. When there's that lack of iron, which causes anemia. Okay, I'm anemic. I truly am. But I do not go around biting on people's necks or drinking cow's blood or whatever. I take iron. So no, the fable about the vampire coming up out of the grave and sucking people's blood out of their body is not true. I mean, now you may have people out there that go and kill people and drink their blood. I don't know if they do it just to be freaks or if that's really what they think they're needing, but that would not be a good way to get blood. Why would you drink somebody else's blood? That's a good way to contract a disease, number one. Narcissist, not to mention socket vampires. Yeah, there are socket vampires. That is true. But it's like a Stephen King movie might be. No, they don't do that. And most of the people that I have studied and read about, they don't even go after humans. They'll go after cattle or dogs or sheep, something like that. But like I said, I don't see where that sustains any kind of anemia in the body. Anemia is like I've heard of pregnant women craving laundry soap. Yeah, it's true. Dish soap, um, dirt. You know, I can kind of understand the dirt. Not that I've ever done it, trust me, but I can kind of understand that because dirt has iron in it. Iron is of our earth, and I can honestly understand why they might go there to find their fill of iron, but the rest of it's hogwash. Yeah, well, and it's a good movie. I like Bram Stoker, but it's not reality. No, drinking someone else's blood is not going to help you. Number one. Number two, okay, let's just go back to number one. Or an animal's blood. That's just ridiculous. Reality. Now then it rise up out of the grave, fly around like bats. Just don't happen that way. It is a condition that people have called porphyria, and they're lacking iron. Yes, but usually But yeah, had somebody asked me about that, so I thought I'd address it. It is a cell that carries all the way from your organs to your tissues. I don't know. Look it up in anatomy and physiology. I mean, that's all I can say about it. No, there's no such thing as a true vampire that you see in these movies. Just saying. People have conditions. They, like I said, I've known pregnant women cry. I don't know why. That's something for the psychiatrist to figure out. But for some reason, your body will tell you if you need something. And it's a pretty complex computer going on here. It'll let you know if you start craving things. You need to break those down and figure out what element or mineral or vitamin is missing in your body. But no, vampires don't go out and they don't rise up from the dead every night at midnight and go suck on people's necks. Just don't happen. Coming from a true witch. Anyway, I just thought I'd let y'all know that. I had a question about it, and I addressed it. All you gotta do is look it up. It's not that hard. Medical standpoint, and actually just common sense. No, unfortunately, we do not stay in the grave 3 days and come back up. Once you're in there, you're pretty much in there. So your body is deteriorating. Everything is going away except your soul. That's the way it is. So I don't know what to say to anybody else that wants to disagree with me. That's fine. You want to believe in vampires? Go for it. I mean, I have a favorite cartoon that, they're vampires, but it's cute, it's funny, but it's not real. You know, it's like anything else you watch. You watch a movie, every movie. But anyway, I'm bored. I got that out of the way. Got that from different stories of different folklore. You also got from counties of Bedford. I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. She, um, what did I just say? It was yeah, she was. Yeah, yeah, she was. She'd kill them all and take a bath in their blood, thinking it would give her use. Yeah, that's a true nut job. It doesn't happen that way. Okay, now we'll go into the scientific point of view. Number one, your skin is the biggest organ in your body, and it's pretty stout, sturdy, protective. That's what it's put there for. Blood, unless you have an open wound or a sore or something like that, a scratch even, blood is not going to soak through that. Just saying. Um, that's why they have to take, in the medical field, they have to take special ointments and make them to where they can sink through the skin. We call them topical ointments or topical meds. Um, no, what she was thinking when she did that was just clearly insanity. I mean, she was obsessed with the thought of staying young, and she thought by killing these girls and taking a bath in their blood that it would keep her young. Well, guess what? It didn't do it. She just ended up a murderess. That's why you have to be careful what you believe in, what you think. Think it common sense. You know, you go out there and kill an animal and gets blood, guess what? It's not going to help you, number one. Number two, if that animal's carrying something, you just infected yourself. I mean, this is not witchcraft. You know, that is ludicrous. Why would you want to do something that ignorant? You need guidance, is all I can say. But I mean, people are going to do what they want to do anyway. So, I mean, there's some people out in the world that get off on shit like that. They're the weirdos, not us. I mean, I've seen some crap in my time, especially on the internet and YouTube. I'm like, really? These people are insane. And I'm not one of those that don't let my kids watch stuff. Of course, when my kids were little, we didn't have YouTube, you know. But even my grandkids, okay, well, this is what they're saying, but I'm here to tell you that's not true. It's a theory, hypotheses, whatever you want to call it. Somebody's warped mind, or it's a book, you know, it's a movie. It doesn't mean it's real. Call it PG, whatever you want to do. It's like, okay, it's fun to watch, but don't take it to heart. You know, it's not true. It's fiction. Same as vampire crap. And the only reason I came over here and said anything about it was because I've had several people ask me, yeah, they're psychic vampires. What we consider as witches, psychic vampires. They will come and drain you of everything. But as far as what you see on the movies, no. No. Yeah. Yeah, and you're correct. Yeah. Now that's not really my forte. I have delved in, I've worked with some in mental health, um, and people get things in their heads and they stay there. You know, so it's not up to me. It's not feasible. You know, um, I honestly think people would have had more guidance or um, compassion or support, um, whatever you want to call it. I don't think we'd have so many damn serial killers around. I think some people do have mental issues. I know they do, but it doesn't make them bad people. It makes them the ones we need to help. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go overboard and get in their line of fire because I promise you, you can tell by looking at somebody's eyes if they're not there or not. I've had many a year of looking at that. And sometimes it's better just to let them do their own thing, but always stay on guard. I mean, I've worked with MRs, I've worked in psychiatric facilities, and then it goes back to science with me because the human brain is so complex. I mean, you think of it as a computer. You have one little wire that misfires or is not sending the right information, everything goes out of whack. You know, that's just the way it is. And you have to be really careful how you talk to them kind of people because you never know when they're going to flip that last lid and go off. I can't say that there's sometimes I don't feel crazy. I'll question our own sanity. Doesn't mean you're crazy. It means you're human. You're experiencing being human. But then there's those ones that really flip the switch and all hell breaks loose. So, and you never know what's going to set them off. That's the whole problem. It's just all of a sudden something misfires and then they go off, carrying a gun into school and shooting everybody and, or getting the cops to chase them just so they can suicide by cop, whatever, you know. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm not God or a goddess, but it gets pretty weird sometimes. Especially when you're a nurse and you're in there watching them come in. It kind of makes you feel loony, after being around them for 12 hours every day. Like, wow, how did they come to that conclusion? Can that happen to me? It kind of makes you feel paranoid. I don't know. But back to the original question, no, there is no such thing as vampires. So, I mean, disagree with me if you want, but I promise you there's no such thing. Anyway, I'm bored. I made baked tortini tonight. Um, Swept the floor, played my games on Facebook. I'm just bored. I did boil up a few herbs, put in my bath water. Some mental conditions are genetic and forms of abuse. Right. And that's what's sad about it. The parents a lot of times don't even know that they're the ones that have the mental condition in the first places. And instead of getting them help, they yell at them, scream at them, or ground them, or. Seclusion is not good for somebody that has those kind of issues. You're making worry dolls? Is that what you said, Lady Blind Wolf? Hey, Lunar. But I'm not going to go out and kill nobody for it or drink it. Hell no. That ain't happening. I don't like somebody else's blood to touch me. Well, Lady Blind Wolf, whenever you make that doll, make sure that intention's in there. You in lockdown, or did you put yourself in lockdown? Now I thought I'd come on here and talk to y'all. Oh, a month, and they have their first confirmed COVID-19 virus here. So, yeah. Yeah, I know it sucks. I was going to go out and light my cauldron on the patio tonight, but it was pouring down rain. So I didn't do that either. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Of course, like I said, never put your fingers in your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth. Don't bite on your fingernails. Situation going on. And we're also changing from winter to spring. So a lot of us are going to be tired, kind of like somebody that's been hibernating, should I say, and we're starting to come back to life. That's what I do every year. You know, I get really depressed during the winter months. I don't know why that is, but I do. And you'll notice the difference in my videos. I have a lot more energy. Um, I probably look better here and there, but I'm just not a winter person. You know, I can't get out. I can't walk. Can't light my fires and go out because I freeze. I do. I'm very cold natured. Hence being an anemic. So, and then tornado season comes around, all the storms, and that gets my blood going. Pretty much stay depressed. I don't know why that is. I just do every year. And now with all this virus going on, you know, of course, I usually don't hang around a whole lot of people anyway. Yeah. 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 Anemia isn't good. I mean, you can take iron, but then it creates other issues. I have to take, oh my, a lot of iron. I'm supposed to every day. But unfortunately, then, to be honest, it constipates you. Yeah. Well, you can go in your backyard and do that. Hold your hands out and ground yourself. I promise you it'll help. Get your stones, whatever grounding stones you use, hold them in each hand and do it. And I honestly think a lot of us witches right now are really trying to figure out what we can do to help this earth, and it's a hard job. This is what I say on a lot of my videos. Um, when it comes down to stuff like this, it doesn't matter about your wigs or your fake fingernails or how many cauldrons you have showing on your YouTube channel. What matters is your intention and if you're true. This is what witches are for, to help this earth. This is the connection between us and Mother Earth. Right now, we have got to stand together. I don't even care if you're a witch. As a human being, do what you know is right. Help each other. You know, now I'm not saying go out there and pick a homeless person up off the street right now, because I have been known to do that. But be cautious, be safe, be the Black Death. You know, and they didn't have scientists like we do nowadays. I mean, it killed thousands of people before they figured out what was causing it. So just stay safe. As I said before, if you use your universal precautions in the first place, you'll sneeze on you if you can avoid it. That should be practiced every day. I don't get it. Maybe that's another reason I'm agoraphobic. I cannot stand to be in a crowd full of people. I don't even go to concerts anymore because I don't want nobody standing that close to me. Not because of this. I've been that way since I was 16. I just don't like that many people around me or that close to me. And maybe this is why. But I still believe that Mother Nature has her own way of population control. Now there's rumors that China started this, blah 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 blah. Whoever started it, it's here. And we're gonna have to deal with it. So, and no, you do not get it from animals. Look it up. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you everything. Look it up, research it. There's very few things or diseases that actually animals can pass to humans and vice versa. Very few. Now, the Black Death was one of them. Yeah, it was caused by rats, but I honestly believe that it was just nasty. You know, people weren't cleaning up after themselves, walking around rats. Yeah, I never have, lady. Blind Wolf, I never have. I don't like crowds. They make me nervous. It's too many people to watch. And not to mention I feel all the energy. It sends me literally into an anxiety attack. I just can't do it. I mean, I have some days. I mean, I've heard people talk about China, starting this crap that they just was trying to get rid of their old people. Well, first of all, I don't believe that. Number one, if you read up on the Chinese history, they are very respectful to their elders. They bring them in their homes. How many nursing homes do you see in China? Hmm? Just saying. How many nursing homes have we got here in the United States? Because people don't want to take care of their own elderly anymore. They ain't got time, you know? Well, if that was my mother or my father, which my daddy's gone, but my mother's still here, and if she needed me, I'd be there. I would do anything in my power to keep her out of a nursing home. Well, number one, I am trained for that. And I just don't want her being in there. Now, I'm not saying that they're not necessary at times. I mean, you have other cases to where they may have Alzheimer's, dementia, severe dementia, which is two totally separate diseases. Well, dementia is a condition, Alzheimer's is a disease. But um, if at all possible you can keep them at home and take care of them, then do so. Deal with them. You know, what would have happened if they'd done that to you when you were a child? I'm sorry, I'm getting tired of changing them diapers. I'm just going to give them away. You know, they don't have medical insurance through their work. It's family responsibility to pay medical bills. Pay the bills. It's up to doctors and nurses pay the bills. Okay, wait a minute. I don't think I'm understanding what you're saying, Lady Blumwell. The medical system, they don't have medical insurance through their work. It's a family responsibility to pay medical bills. No, it's not. They don't pay the bills, and it's up to the doctors and nurses to pay the bills. That's the other reason why. Oh, you mean in China? Okay. I thought you were talking about here in the United States. It's like, no, that's all we have, Medicare, Medicaid. Hmm. But I see what you're saying now. Now, if you don't work your entire life, I don't know what would happen. You're still eligible for Social Security, which I don't believe in. Um, Now, back in the old days, the women, would get married and they stayed home with the children and their husband worked, you know, did their wifely duties, whatever. Um, they didn't work outside of the home. Well, then they could draw on their husband if you had been married, and you still can, if you'd been married X amount of years, to draw on your ex-husband or deceased husband's Social Security. Yeah, I understand, lady. I figured out what you were saying. Yeah. Um, but the thing is now, um, I'm sorry, but I know this is probably going to get me censored, but these women, even in the United States, anywhere, they go out, you know, you can't feed them, you can't clothe them, you can't put a roof above their head. You expect everybody else around you to do it. There is such a thing as birth control. And I don't care who that pisses off. Keep your legs shut. It takes a lot of time, effort, and money to raise those children. Don't expect the United States to raise your kids for you. You know, just saying. And I don't really care who it makes mad. Democrat, Republican, Independent, black, white, green, yellow. I don't care. You can't take care of them. Don't have them. I know I get off on one of my tangents again, don't I? You wouldn't think this was a witch channel. I told you I was a government and politics major at one time. And right now, there's really no need for politics. It really doesn't matter what side you're on or what color you are. We're all in this together and we all got to get through it. We got to help each other. Unity. That's what matters. Help each other if you can. Um, they were actually calling for nurses earlier to go to New York. The governor is wanting everybody to come down there. I'm sorry.
Push your baby down the street. Snake coming up and getting caught in the wheel.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but I don't know. Yep. A toddler was riding his tricycle, or his big wheel. We used to call them big wheels. Um, Out in the grass, and a snake got caught up in his wheel. A rattlesnake. Actually, it says rattlesnake, but I don't think it's a rattlesnake. I think it's a bull snake, which are good snakes.
Stroller, not a little baby in it, pushing it through the street.
Well, that didn't look like a stroller.
This out of the two big ones in the back. It's a stroller.
It is a rattlesnake, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, it was a rattlesnake.
In a stroller.
And I guess the mama was pushing the baby in a stroller and it got caught up. Now, how do you not see a rattlesnake? First of all, they warn you. They're coming alive. They're coming out of hibernation. See, that's what I'm talking about. People, you need to use common sense. It's not that hard. Really, it's not. Yeah, lady, it has. Actually, China, they spend a lot more money on research and medical research, scientific research than we ever have. They produce a lot more things. They're actually pretty smart people. Thing is, you got to watch that because we just sit over here going, "Oh, okay, everything's fine." Well, you know, you can't ever let your guard down. Yeah, I've heard about that. And see, that's murder. Yeah, I've heard that they're doing that. Well, you know, those people have been fighting since time began. What we don't need is our soldiers over there fighting their battles. We've lost enough men to that crap. Just like North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam. Cousins were over there, and beautiful. One of my cousins were over there, and they blew out the pontoon he was on, and he actually survived the blast. But when he went in the water, he hit a rock with his head, and it killed him on his way home. Shouldn't have been over there in the first place. Let them fight amongst each other. Let them kill each other out. Sustain, dwell, whatever, however you want to put it. Why not get along? Why not help each other? But that's never going to happen. Somebody always has to be the stronger one or the dictator or whatever. Well, and there for a long time, if you didn't have a boy, if it was a girl, they'd kill her. Nothing absolutely wrong with her, they'd kill her because they needed more boys. If you look at the statistics between male and female births, at least 70% of births are female. I wonder why that is. I'm sorry, but most of the male species are ignorant. They're all about control and I rule, and women are submissive, especially over in Asia. How many years did women bow to fucking men as they walk by? Hell no, I ain't doing that. I won't do it. No, you'll never see me do that. Ain't gonna happen. And I'm not walking 3 foot behind the man either. I'll walk in front of him. Arabia, they do the same thing. Treat women like dirt. You know, if a woman doesn't sleep with her husband one night because she's not in the mood, or maybe he just don't turn her on, he can go say she's a piece of shit or whatever and have her burned at the stake. Something's wrong with that picture, you know. That's why I'm glad women can fight back now. You know, the abusiveness, the bullshit with women that makes them feel inferior or that they're not worthy, and that's bullshit. Don't ever let anybody tell you or make you think that way. Because more than likely, if they're doing that, you're already smarter than they are anyway. Get away from them. And to be honest with you, I've seen some weak men in my time. Inept. That's a better word. They're not worthy. You know, it's like, what kind of man are you? Really? Just saying. But that could refer to anyone. If you're a good person, you're a good person. If you're not, you're not. Don't make a damn what gender you are, what color you are, nationality. It don't matter. You know, if you try to be a good person, you're a good person. If you're not, you're not. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't have all the answers. If I did, I'd rule the world. But that ain't gonna happen. Just like there's some witches that come on here. I don't agree with them. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit and bash their channel. You know, um, they have every right to say what they think and what they feel and follow their own path. So be it. It doesn't mean I have to follow it. Everyone has their own path. That's why I preach to my new witches. Don't listen. I mean, you can take advice, and if it fits you, do it. If you have one inclination that it's wrong or that it doesn't set with you, don't do it. This path has many different roads. You know, you can go and thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Well, how are you going to call yourself a witch and worship Jesus Christ? I don't understand it. Yeah, exactly, Lady Blind Wolf. You know, I may not understand it, but to each their own. It's not up to me to judge them. I actually just try to comprehend their way of thinking. You know, I mean, I was raised in the Christian church. Trust me. I was born on a Sunday night. Wednesday night, I was in church with my grandmother and stayed there I don't push my stuff on anybody else. You want to believe it, believe it. If you don't, don't. I could care less. I know my path. I'm secure in my path, safe and confident. I know I don't burn them. I don't do any of that. It's a history book to me. Another part of religion. Just because I don't follow that same path doesn't necessarily mean that I am an evil person. But anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. I guess I lost Lunar. He got tired of listening to me rant. That's okay. I'll get me an in-depth conversation. I'm going to say what I feel because guess what? I'm American. That's my First Amendment. I can say whatever the hell I want to. My entire family fought for that right for me. I can say whatever I want. It's my damn channel. You don't like it, don't watch me. And you know what's funny? I haven't even heard anything about what Queen Elizabeth says about all this, what she's doing. And I'm on here all the time looking at stuff. No, I didn't know that. Wow. I honestly didn't even know it hit that part of England yet. Wow. Mm. Well, honestly, I've never liked him anyway after what happened to Princess Diana. Martial law. Hmm. See, I didn't know that. Of all the things I've been watching, I have not heard any of that. Hmm. Well, no, I didn't know anything about that. But I've had all kinds of things flash across my channel because I keep up with it all, but I haven't heard that. Yeah. Mm. Well, as I said, people don't need to panic. Be cautious, but don't panic. You know, wash your hands. Once again, wash, wash, wash. They shut all our schools down right here in this little town of Elk City, Oklahoma. You know, I mean, but it's going to get warmer, and the virus evidently likes cold, from what I understand, from what I've been watching. So it's going to ease up, but that doesn't mean that's going to create another issue because number one, it's messing with everybody's lives because they can't go to work. Number one, they can't pay their bills. They don't have food. Now you can go outside in your own yard, I guess, but as human beings, we're social creatures. We have to have socialism. We're just that way. We're social creatures. So then it's going to create another issue. But you just got to learn how to occupy your own time, clean your house, find projects. It's going to be springtime. We're going to be chasing tornadoes, Well, I hope not, Lady Blind Wolf, but I understand where you're coming from because when you're locked down like that amongst each other and nerves get shot, tempers flare, I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen. I really do. All we can do is light our candles and hope for the best. I mean, I don't know what else to do about it. Now's the time for all witches to come together, no matter what pantheon you follow, no matter who you follow. Stick together and help the world out right now. That's what I'm preaching. Because it's going to take all of us. And those that don't believe, so be it. We'll do it for them. Somehow or another, we have to carry on. Yeah, men can't go to work, support their family, they get aggravated. One thing leads to another. I don't know. Now would be your time to write your poetry, or think of how it was a long, long time ago. People usually stayed home. You got to till the ground. You got to do this. You got to do that. They weren't really, except on Sundays when they went to church, Cooking, cleaning, something to do, laundry. There's always that. A pastor is getting arrested because he's asking that people come to church, and they had a big church service. Oh, really? Where was that at? United States or somewhere else? Well, the whole thing is, you're not supposed to be in crowds like that. Oh, Florida. Or goddesses, or your God to take care of you. They expect you to know this. Take care of yourself. In all honesty, we have people up there that know what they're talking about. To the best of their ability, they do. They've researched this. Doctors, nurses, Surgeon General, all them people. They know what this is about. Okay, when they tell you don't be around a whole group of people, it doesn't matter if you're in church or not. It doesn't matter. God will not save you. I can say big, long medical terminology words, but I could never say that one. Listen to what they say. you know. It's not going to help you. The gods are not going to come down because you're an idiot. Any of them. You know something's going on. Protect yourself. I mean, self-preservation always prevails. Okay. Now, if you, that's just the way it is. Follow precautions. People are put into place to teach you how to avoid this plague, as I call it. It's a plague to me. Listen to them, and it don't matter what God you follow, what goddess, I don't care. Use your brain. You have a brain. Use it. Oh, I don't get people, And yeah, the preacher should have been arrested. I agree with that. Not because I'm a witch and he's a preacher. That has nothing to do with it. It is because he's putting people's lives in danger. That's the way it is. I mean, even us witches, our covens aren't meeting just for this reason, we're even smarter than that. Stay away from people. Yeah, you have to go to the grocery store, wash your hands. Don't let, like I said before, people shouldn't be sneezing on you anyway or coughing. The Bible even speaks against that. Bible suicide, just saying if you go to church, you're trying to commit suicide, in my opinion. The Bible even speaks against the Bible, says suicide, just saying if you go to church, you're trying to commit suicide, in my opinion. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I'm sorry. And I'm not defending the church, but I'm not going against it either. I honestly don't understand what you're trying to say. Well, and I don't think they intentionally are doing that. That's where I'm from now. Okay. Well, I'm trying to look at it from their point of view. They are saying you need to still come to church. That way you will be healed or you'll be protected. Well, unfortunately, that is not the way it works. I mean, who's to say that one person in that congregation has this virus? Okay. They go up and hug your child. Oh, we love you after service. You know how they do. You want to hug everybody, touch everybody. Everybody puts their hands on everybody, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then you get your child sick. What are you going to do as a mother? You're going to hug that child. You're going to hold that child and, try to soothe it until it's just too sick. Then you get sick. Well, maybe you didn't want the child sleeping by itself because you're afraid it's sick, so you put it in bed with you and your husband. Then your husband's sick. It's a chain reaction. People need to use their brains. Right now is not really a time for religion of any sort. Common sense is what's going to matter in this day and age at this given point. No matter, you can go light 1,000,000 candles. You can do 100 spells. Because you're smart, they would just start a Facebook Yeah. Yes, I agree. Um, a lot of them have their church services online. I mean, they still have the congregation there, but they also put them online. And once again, I'm not cutting down the Christian community. Heaven knows I was raised in it. But sometimes they get stupid as far as, let's just say, putting way too much faith. And I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. If you're the pastor, as the Christians say, you're the leader. You're the leader of the flock. Why would you want to lead them into, okay, per se, there's a long, knowing that that water will probably wash half of them away. You're in charge of that flock, a shepherd. Why would you want to even put them in peril or possible peril? And she'll tell me, you already know what to do. Yeah. Stay put, stand still. There's nothing else you can say about it. Why tell people to break the law? What do you mean? Who's telling people to break the law? Okay, well, it's not yeah, it's trying to keep them safe, believe it or not. Because they're more susceptible to this because their immune system is already low. As you get older, your immune system drops. It loses a lot of its defenses and you can't fight off these infections. So if they catch it, they're probably going to die of it. Shoot, day before those people, it's the law now. I'm too people to go to church when it's against the law. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the preachers should not be on there saying come to church anyway. No. Yeah. Um, if it's a mandate, I'm sorry, but the churches should be shut down. But then you're going to get into when they separate church from state. Yeah. Well, no, any congregation like that should be, um, well, it shouldn't happen. But they're going to do what they want to do. I mean, you have to be there. Of course, I wouldn't be there anyway, but yeah. Yeah, you go sit in a pew right next to somebody that's sick and you don't even know they're sick. They might not even know they're sick yet. Let them breathe on you and hug you and, oh, we got the Holy Spirit and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let them breathe all over you. You'll meet the Holy Spirit, all right. Churches that have their services online. I'm not saying they can't do that or do what they feel like they need to do. Everybody's locking down, can't leave your house, but you can go to church and be around all these other people that could possibly be infected. Now, that is a contradiction in terms, not to mention hypocrisy. Can't go there yet. If they're not smart enough to heed the warnings, we don't need them here anyway. Right. And that's a good thing. Right now, you do not need to be around a whole group of people like that. You don't know who's infected. You can't tell by looking at them, until they get really sick, and then it's too late. It's like, oh, I hugged that person at church the other day, you know. Um, we were shouting hallelujah and they spit on me by accident, not on purpose, but spit on you nonetheless. Hello, it's airborne. After church, eat Sunday dinner. That virus is spreading everywhere. Let's see if your God saves you now. He also, I'm sure, like any other god or goddess, would expect you to use common sense. Or it's going to spread worse. People just don't listen. Oh, I'm sure it's about money. Yeah. Them preachers need money too. Get out and get a real job. I don't know what to tell them. Yeah. Well, they're buying a staircase, all right. I don't know which way it's directed, but I don't know. Don't get me started on that. And trust me, my entire family are Christians. I'm probably the only witch and they want to save me and blah blah blah. But it is what it is. Yeah. I was raised in the Christian church. And you know what? I've seen so many damn hypocrites in there. So many liars. Way more so than I've seen the witch community. They preach one thing, live another. You know, I just I don't get it. And I don't mean to bash Catholics, but I'm going to say it anyway. They are the most hypocritical against the Bible people I've ever known. I have studied that religion, not to mention the fact how many people did they kill? Literally burned women at the stake, claimed they were witches. Really? How many priests literally screwed little boys up their butts? How many nuns had abortions because the priest wouldn't leave them alone? Yeah, that's just wrong. Nowadays, that's considered statutory rape. Just saying. Yeah, I don't like Catholicism. I never have, never will. And I don't care who gets on here and blast me and whatever. I'll find them back. I don't care. Yeah, me. She didn't bewitch your ass. You're a horny old fucking man. You raped her, knocked her up, and instead of copping, I was raised Pentecostal, Assembly of God. There was no Catholic. I still never believed in it. I mean, not saying I know. Yeah. Well, at one point, Catholicism was the only thing that was sanctioned. You look at, well, read the Bible. Perfect history's book of that. I mean, um, even Moses, all the way back to him. I don't think Catholicism was actually in place yet, per se, but there was the Roman Catholic religion. I won't say Catholicism because I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on Catholicism because I just never, I was never interested in it, to be honest. But when Moses, you know, left there, you know the story. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. I don't care what religion you are. You know, you can't be up there and be a priest and say, okay, well, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And the whole time, you know, you're sleeping with a nun in the back quarter or whatever the hell you're doing. You know, that's just wrong. Yeah. Have you read about Constantine? He was a nutbag. Even the Knights Templar, when they were put into place by the king, they were sworn to uphold the cross. But even they realized, yeah, Caligula was the worst. I hope he's burning in hell. Yeah. He was one of the most corrupt weirdos that ever ruled. I don't even know how he got in there. Finally, the Senate, as they called it back then, had his ass killed. But that's okay because it was the name of the church. Murder nonetheless, but you know, that's how they are. I told you, hypocrites. It's okay if you do it in the name of God, but God Himself tells you, do not do that. Whatever, it doesn't really make a damn to me. Caligula was a pervert. Really? Having anal sex with other men. Woo, that's Christian. Let's see, read your Bible. Just saying. I didn't write it, but I have read the entire book more times than once. Yeah, he was a pervert. He damn sure was. Yeah, just saying. Well, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. We can't change history, but we can change the future. That's what matters. You know, people are people and humans are humans. That's the way it is. We have basic needs. Let's see, food, shelter, sustenance, period, and sex. course, I hear less about sex anymore, but here lately, I don't even eat. I'm on a fast, but thing is, you have your own brain. Don't let any sort of religion, whether it's witchcraft, Satanism, Luciferianism, Catholicism, any sort of Christianity, have your own brains. Think for yourselves. Yes, you're right. The thing is, nobody understands that. They keep repeating it. You know, um, you still have these power hungry people that get up there. It's like, oh, I'm here. I can do this. I can do that and get away with it. You know, wrong. When my brother was overseas fighting, when Desert Storm first hit, I said, man, just put an M16 in my hand, let me go there. He goes, hell no, I'm not. I said, yeah, I'm probably going to die, but I'll take a lot of them out with me. But it is what it is. This world's always going to be corrupt and people fighting to get, what's best so they think what's best. That's what it is. Always has been, always will be. We've been fighting since the world was created. No biggie now. The thing is, we have stronger weapons. And what's going to happen, we're going to end up annihilating everyone, everything, which would be really sad. Yeah, mine went in there and went to sleep. Lexi's probably on my bed, and Jesse's laying on my robe next to my bed. But yeah, I don't understand all this crap either, to be honest. I mean, as I said before, it's not going to matter what religion you are, what color you are. It's not going to matter in the long run. She probably hears my voice. Just kidding. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Because the kid is playing Xbox. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I may go in there when I get off here and play some Wheel of Fortune or something. I don't know. Watch Roseanne. Something help me go to sleep. Yeah, we all got to die. Unfortunately, we are going to die. It's inevitable. The only thing I'm afraid is how I'm going to die. It's weird. When I had my heart attack, I mean, I was pretty sick and it hurt, but not like you see on the movies. It was very uncomfortable. But hell, I've been through labor. That was uncomfortable. Um, but then I just went out. There's been a lot of days that I wake up, with pains in my chest, wishing that it would just let me go back then so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm still here and there's got to be a reason. So instead of wishing I would have just stayed gone, I should be thankful I'm still here. I just ain't figured out why yet. A little piece of plastic in my heart that keeps it going. Wow. Okay. Well, you take care, sister. Anytime you can email me. Okay. Bye bye.